Hey, what's up traders? Welcome to another weekly Forex forecast. So before we get into the charts, we will check the news, right? So we don't have any news on the Monday, so it could mean that it could be kind of a ranging day. But the market can move even without a news, so sometimes it can really surprise. And then we have a comic data from the Canada, Australia, Great Britain, and later part of the week is going to be about a dollar, right? So right now we are looking to the euro, and in my opinion we can go up from here, right? If we look to the CFTC data, we can see that there was a reducement of the longs and a slight shorts coming, right? But remember, there was a futures contract closure, so they had to actually reposition themselves into the new one. So that's why I think that we have seen this accumulation drop down, right? So last week could be potentially manipulation of this previous week, right? And now we potentially could see a distribution phase and uptrend continuation, right? Obviously I can be completely wrong, but there is some signs as this is a 3-month low, right? We are on the bottom of this channel, we are in the beautiful level, and everything seems to me that also the seasonally the end of the year is mostly bullish for the euro against the dollar, right? Actually all pairs against the dollar mostly getting bullish, right? So I'm bullish in here. This target could be like a too big one, right? So there definitely has to be some profit taking in here, but yeah, this is my view for the euro. Our next one is the Aussie. This one is also bullish for me. We can see actually in here in the CFTC data that they flipped quite rapidly, right, into the bullish side during the last 2 weeks, which was actually while the price was dropping lower, right? So what does it mean? Price going down, they building the longs. They probably not building them before because the price will go lower, right? So they will want to take a price higher. So I'm bullish on this one. We can see that the Monday range was beautifully taken. Now we are rejecting from this inverted fair value gaps, and here is another, I think it was a opening gap, right? So we are back in this Monday range, which is a good sign that we could reach this Monday range high, right? And then if we're going to be in this weekly low, it can work as a support and continuation higher, right? So bullish on the Aussie also. Next one is the Aussie CAD. So as we seen that the Aussie is bullish, this is actually our trade from the signal service, right? So we entered below this previous week's low, right, while the Monday range was taken in here, right? So we waited for the confirmation and we are in a trade. So I do think here is a potential for up move continuation. Next one is USD CAD. In here, this trade doesn't seem too obvious for me, but again, look, if we look back, we are on the 63 days high. Here is actually the top of the channel, and this is a quite strong weekly level, right? After such a move, it of course doesn't mean that if the price moving straight up without a correction, that correction has to come. But I feel comfortable to take this bet on the pullback in here, right? So next one is pound, and this one we can see that basically they had been a little bit more bullish than now, right? But then when the price has been dropping the last week, they actually still reported quite a large longs, right? Also in here, then they shorted, and now you can see that they are reducing the longs, right? So on the Tuesday, which was probably somewhere around here, they are already closing the shorts, right? So when they closing the shorts, you can see how these numbers actually has been growing in here, right? So in my opinion, we will see a push up from here. Again, this is a beautiful level, and we are below this previous week's low, right, which was in my opinion the accumulation week. Now we had this manipulation week, and now probably we could go up. But let's see, this is all still probability. Next one is a pound, yeah. So as we have seen that the pound is bullish, now we can see in here that the JPY, they actually started to build some longs, right? They built it longs to the 100K, and then they dropped it, right? So JPY is making this pullback, and in the next slide we're gonna have a USD JPY. You will see where I think it's going, right? So if we put it this together, and we can see that the pound is bullish. In my opinion, the pound could go higher, right, to these levels in here and above these three highs, which is a Friday range, previous week's high, another previous week's high, right, and could be targeting to this top of the channel. For me, I would not feel comfortable to enter in here just like this, right? So again, I would like to see at least some drop lower before we continue higher, right? Obviously, it can happen that market will just open and go like that. Then then I would be looking for some pullback in here, right, and a continuation up. So this trade I would like to take, but at the moment, I do not know how to position myself. Right, so sometimes you know that market is going somewhere, but you cannot find the entry, right? So this is USD JPY. As we have seen in here, the JPY is getting slightly bearish, right? At least it's not as bullish as it was, right? So you can see that the net positions dropped quite almost by half, right? So where the JPY will probably go, probably above this monthly range high, right? So into this fair value gap in the middle of it, it's a potential. But again, in here, I would not feel comfortable to enter because something like this is what I'm expecting, right? So if something like that happen, you don't see it on this slide, but I have alarm on this level, right? If we get drop down here, then I would like to enter somewhere here, right? So that's what I'm looking for on the JPY. Next one is NZD-USD, also bullish. You can see this confluence that the NZD is also bullish, also has flipped right to the positive. It's not that significant, right, but at least it's not red right now. And you can see that actually the Aussie is also but it is here, right? Aussie also flipped, right? So we can see that basically the commodity currencies, which is Aussie and ZD, the cut are quite getting stronger, right? Again, this one we have on the beautiful long-term channel. You can check on my trading view. There is this analysis. We've been below the previous week's low, right? So there was this drop, what could be accumulation. Now we are manipulating into the level, into this one. We can see that they've been actually adding the longs, right? And we could potentially see a push up, right? So next one would be NZD Chef. We are actually in this trade. And as the NZD is getting stronger, we have also been below this range. I do think that this continuation up in here, right? Next one would be a NZD cat. This one also very beautiful, right? So we can see this monthly range, Monday range manipulated right into the level, now closing above, right? Leaving here this level, which is what? Which is our breaker, right? So you can see it has already tested in here on the Friday. And now it's moving higher, right? So what we would be looking for is for the continuation of the trades into this 50% of this monthly. Here we can get probably some pullback. I cannot predict this at this moment, but we know that we have a potential coming up here and then potentially up here, right? So here is where I would be trying to position myself for this move, right? And yeah, this is it, my friends. So join my Telegram channel. Don't forget to subscribe, etc., as the YouTubers are always saying. But just follow me because I like to see that this is helpful for you. Bye-bye, my friends.